Tell me what to say.
Hi!
Hi! Welcome to another exciting new episode of Serious Nibbage with Esbury Brown and...
Gourmet pens!
Do-do-do-do-do-do. Anyway,
Your finger nearly went in my nostril. That would have been awkward.
could have been more awkward. Today we'll be talking about the Italix Parsons Essential. Not because it was requested, but because I wanted to. Because I think this pen deserves some word out there. We put the word out. It deserves
Is there some
spreading
attention?
of the word. Yes.
Alright.
That's what a native speaker of English would say. Now, first impressions. Do you want me to go first, or do you want you to go first?
Well, why don't you go first?
All right.
Because usually,
My
please
first
don't do that.
impressions.
That's
with
my
the
pen.
Oh yeah. My first impressions of the pen have been very positive. The pen comes in a nice display box, now which is nothing too fancy, but it looks nice, and it would definitely serve well as a gift. Now, this is a somewhat lesser known pen than some of the others we have covered here, so just want to give you a very quick overview. Of course, we will link to our respective reviews, but you see it's brass body, piano lacquer, and this one has the broad italic nib on it, just so you have an idea of what we're talking about. And this just goes to show that actually the pen, this is an Iridium Point Germany nib, but it's cut well, and I think it writes nicely. We'll come back to that in a sec.
yeah.
So those are my first impressions. My first impressions were, wow, this is a, well, not super heavy, but a robust, a well-made pen in a nice display box.
Alright.
What about you?
Well, I felt similarly, although I'm very judgmental about packaging. But the packaging was very straightforward, and I didn't keep it. But whatever, it doesn't matter. I was really quite wowed when I opened it and saw the pen, because I think it's very attractive. And then you pick it up, and it's pretty substantial, especially given its size. But it's like really, it was polished, and it's pretty and clean cut. Everything is really nicely done. So I was impressed by the appearance.
Yep.
So again, positive first impressions for me. And this is the first Italix pen I had seen. There's a mosquito in here. The first Italix pen I'd seen before. So I know you have used other ones, so I don't know which was the first one you used.
Sorry.
So what makes it special, sir?
Well, I think what makes it special is that, first of all, the pen is a little hard to obtain if you're not in the US, because it is sold exclusively through mrpen.co.uk.
If you're not
However,
in the US,
yeah, if you're not in the US, because it's a UK supplier.
it's confusing.
Oh, sorry, I mean if you are in the US.
Oh.
If you're not in the EU, that's what I was trying to say. However, I did see that Amazon sells them, so apparently you can get them. Now, what makes it special? I think it's a relatively affordable pen. It's £39 including VAT, but that converts to about $60–$61 at the time we're shooting this video. So there are cheaper pens out there too, but it's all metal. And what I really like is that you have a lot of nib options. Now, I'm not going to list all the options here. First of all, for £56 you can add an 18-karat gold nib. So it will be 18-karat gold instead of steel if you really don't like
Which
steel.
would match the trim really nicely.
Yes, it would. When it comes to the steel options, you have so many options, I can't even list them all, but you have fine, medium, broad, non-italics. Then you have fine, medium, broad, italics. You have medium italic obliques for the left and right-handed. You have...
And same with broad.
Yeah, broad, you have cursive stubs in fine, medium, broad. You have extra broad cursive stubs in italics. So you have a huge
There's
amount
like
of nib options.
15 nib options here.
That's a lot of options. And then the pen comes in a bunch of finishes too. This is the black, but they also come in brown, they come in other options. So you can really customize the pen.
And you can have them engraved.
You can have them engraved. And I think that for a pen of, you can even get a matching ballpoint if you like. I think for a pen at this price level to have so many nib options, I have used the broad italics on this pen and on other pens, and I have used one of the cursive stubs. I was very impressed. Very smooth writing performance. And just to give you a very minor feel of that, I took this to Washington DC, the Pen Super Show, gave it to a bunch of people, and everyone said, wow, this writes really smoothly. So I think that warrants
I think
special
all of that
stats.
makes it quite special.
I would say so.
Yeah, it's a pretty, I think its options make it pretty outstanding. the options for the price that it is.
Considering that some high-end pens these days can only be bought in fine and medium nibs, I
Yes.
think this is spectacular.
What is that? No.
Okay. What about the writing experience?
The writing experience. Well, you want to show the nib up close?
Yeah.
What was that again? I have the
This
broad,
is the
right?
broad italic.
It says medium on it, but it's because it's a medium nib that is modified to be a broad italic.
As you can see.
That's why it always confuses me. So
Yes.
I can never remember. Sorry.
Yeah, it is a broad italic.
I find, like you said, they're smooth. You had told me that they are smooth, and so I was like, wow, I'm sure they're smooth. But it really is very pleasant. It is very smooth. It doesn't catch. Of course, it's not a cursive or crisp italic or even a cursive italic, so it doesn't catch on the corners. But it gives really nice line variation. It's not springy or anything.
No.
But because of the shape of the nib, you get a lot of natural line variation. And if you were doing normal writing, your ink flow will keep up.
Yep.
So that's nice because.
In all honesty, I've never had this pen run dry on me.
No, and that's the same case with me.
Yeah.
I mean, I have tested to see if there was any, if I could squeeze any variation out with some pressure. That dried it out. But of course, that's not really surprising. But just writing with it normally, it has kept up just fine.
And you already get some line variation.
Yeah, but I was just doing it for the review
Yeah,
purposes. So I found it quite pleasant, and also what I really, really love is it's extremely comfortable. This just
the section shape.
It just fits perfectly. Yeah, the section shape is really nice.
It's really comfy.
Yeah. There's nothing super sharp, like here is not sharp, and it is a substantial pen, but it's not extremely heavy, but it's not super long, it's not very thick, it's just really comfortable. So I thoroughly enjoy writing with this pen.
Yeah.
Positive experience.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, I don't feel like covering everything you said already, but the writing experience for me has been very smooth. From the beginning, nib required no tuning, wrote out of the box.
Yeah,
very nice.
Sorry, I forgot to mention that.
Very nice, very pleasant, but really smooth. Really smooth in a very pleasant manner. So that's very, very cool.
Yeah.
What do you love about it?
Well, first of all, I think it's very attractive. I know there's a lot of fountain pens out there that are black and gold, but this has, you want to show the clip in there? The center band has a little bit of a design to it.
I'd almost say like a Celtic knot. It's
Yeah.
not really, but
it just a little bit. Not so much that it makes it overly decorated, but enough that it adds a little bit of flourish to the pen. And then it has the gold clip. And I think the appearance is really nice. I very much enjoy the shape. I really enjoy the size.
that's what she said.
Well, and of course, I enjoy the nib. So I thoroughly enjoy this pen. And this, believe it or not, this is actually the first nib and feed I removed from a pen.
Really?
So it was extremely exciting when I discovered I could actually completely clean this pen. So that is also a bonus.
That's a good thing. Yeah.
But I have not dropped it, but I love that it is a hardy feeling pen.
I have dropped it because I drop everything.
Of course you have.
And not a scratch.
It's
a robust
beautiful. I wish that the camera could really capture it. It doesn't look like resin. It's just so nice.
Yeah, with piano lacquer, I mean, it's super shiny.
It actually looks like a black piano.
Yeah.
So it's really lovely.
It's really attractive.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, I love the design. I love the size is good. This is something you can easily carry in a shirt pocket. Definitely not an oversize, but nicely made, well balanced, perfect writing performance. I love it, and especially given the price. Again, I know you can also buy a $20 pen. I know that. I know this is $60, but you get a whole lot more with this pen, if you ask me. Cartridge converter filled, so you can use cartridges. You can use your converter with your favorite bottle ink. It is supplied with a converter, so you can use that. You don't have to buy it separately.
That's nice.
Which is nice because some
it saves you $5.
Yeah. I mean, that's
or more. Some converters are even more than that.
Anything you hate about it?
The one thing I dislike, I cannot operate this clip to save my life. So when I put it in a pen pouch, I have a really hard time tried to lift the clip to slide it into that little.
The clip is extremely tight, and although very tight things can be a lot of fun, in this case it's a little complicated.
Yeah. It does have a little ball on it, so if you do slide something under there, it should not snag it or anything, but
As you can see, it will fit. It's just very tight.
it is. And
now
you know, if you have long nails or something, I don't, but if you do, you're gonna tear them.
Yeah.
And of course that's it's not a major thing, but
no, but it's something that could be.
If you're a clip person, that could be the thing.
That would be my only.
Quip.
I won't even say complaint because it's not, but quip is a good word for it.
Just a side note, it posts really nicely.
Yeah, it does, and then
it's a nice
really
friction fit, very secure and comfortable.
I have had someone comment who said he took his pen and took a notepad, really opened up the clip, put it on a couple of pages,
Loosen
and
it up a
had
bit.
it loosen up a bit, and then it was a lot better.
You know, that is something I will do, because if that improves the clip, and it'll make me really love the pen even more, because that's the one thing about this that I would object to.
Yes.
And even that to me is fairly minor, because I can live with that. So.
Would you buy it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And given all the other nib options, I'm extremely curious about all the other nib options.
Yeah.
So
it would be very interesting if we would have all the nibs and to give them a shot, because it would be a lot of fun to.
Well, especially to compare them.
Yeah, I would really like to see the obliques and the italic. I mean, I have used the broad italic, but also the extra broad italic they have now. That sounds like a lot of fun, something I'd really enjoy.
Not only for the nibbage, but to see, you know, how the flow keeps up,
yeah,
and
yeah,
it's very interesting.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I know other companies, yeah, they offer other nib sizes that you can, I mean, a decent amount of nib sizes, but this is, I think, the greatest range of nibs I've seen available. Of course, they are customized, right? But
I think so too. I mean, Pelican has a lot of options. Mont Blanc has a lot of options, but I don't think they offer all of this.
No, definitely not.
So,
and you can get the steel, you can get gold.
Yeah.
So
now, bear in mind though, the 18 karat gold is only medium. They don't offer all the oblique, italic, etc. options in gold. Then it's only medium.
But if you do want a gold nib,
if you really want a gold
you
nib,
could also have a Nibmeister. So.
Of course. And as I understand it, Mr. Ford, who operates Mr. Pen Code UK, actually grinds the nibs himself. So the pens come from, as he describes, the Far East, but then they are taken into his workshop. He disassembles them, he adapts them, he checks nib flow, tunes, etc. And as I understand it, and he also cuts the nib, so he grinds them to make sure that they become italic broads, etc. Hence, what Aziza said earlier, the M medium marking on an italic broad.
It's really lovely.
When it comes to me buying this pen, I probably would not buy it, although I have bought mine a while ago. The only reason for that being that I prefer the Churchman Prescriptum model, which is a bit bigger and a bit heavier.
This is the Italix Parsons Essential.
Yes.
So just to show you that it's uncapped, that is capped.
For me, I just like that because it's a bit thicker and a bit heavier, and you know, for my, can you hold it up to your hand?
And for me, that one is just way too big.
Exactly. But that's the only reason, because for the reason that I wouldn't buy it again is just, it has nothing to do with quality. But go ahead. No, go ahead.
This is just unposted.
Just has everything to do with the size, and I prefer another model, but that's also an Italix pen with all the same nib options, etc. So, for me, I prefer that one. Just saying. Now, the big question is it or is it not serious nibbage?
I think you guys kind of know this one already. Ta-da!
No, I definitely think it is.
I think it is. I think the quality is superb. I think the pen is very attractive. It is affordable.
A lot of nib options.
And a lot of nib options. And I think it is an exquisite gift. No, you know, something nice to get for yourself, but it is really a nice, affordable price point to gift someone a unique nib. You know, not just like a fine or something. You could get them something very unique.
And
engrave it.
Also interesting, for our left-handed friends, they do sell obliques for the left-handed. So that may be particularly interesting if you have issues using normal round nibs.
Yeah.
Alright, well, we hope this was useful.
Yeah, and if you like us, please like us.
And if you don't,
I
go
mean, like,
away.
click the button. Well, that's awfully rude. But
Well,
yeah,
that's true.
yes. And if there are any other pens you would like to see on Serious Nibbage, leave a comment down below.
And we'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
We hope this was useful, and
We'll see you later.
probably.
Yeah.
Bye!
Bye. There's a cat on his lap. Oh my god, you're gonna show the cat. Again, it's a good thing I'm wearing pants.
This time. Do 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 do